Just a quick good morning, everyone. I'm back again with another live. I'm trying to get out of this. Welcome. I have an announcement. I'm gonna need your cooperation. Good morning. I was back. I was here at 4. Yeah, 4 this morning. Okay, let me try to get into. I'm trying to get to the live over here because I can't. Okay, let me. I don't want to get flagged. I wanted to show something. Hold on a minute. I don't know what I had it ready and I don't know what happened. Okay, let's go here. There we go. I got it. I'm here now. Oh, I gotta lower this down. Oh, the volume. I haven't used this in so long. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, right there. I need some rain to. Okay, there I go. Okay, I think that's just me here. Okay, let me go. Not stuck. I need some water rain on me. I have a little update. I was gonna do it earlier, but I was traveling to work. Thank you for the ones that joined me earlier. I appreciate you guys. So I didn't put it on there. Let me look it up. Forever was a promise in our hearts. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. I am back again. Good morning. Okay. So what I have here is one last cry. Hey, Martha. I have one last cry. For those that are, I want to talk about sound frequency, vibration, music, why it's important, and why too much of something is toxic. All right. So those of you that are like, oh my God, I want to hear that. Sound frequency, vibration. So it's going to lead us somewhere, right, guys? So one last cry. How you doing? How you doing, Martha? Hi, hi, hi. So for those of you that are at your last cry, so a little bit of one of my favorite artists, Brian McKnight. All right. So I'm gonna need your cooperation. Hey, hey, John. Hey, y'allin. So my thing is, I want to take tarot to a whole nother level. So understand a little bit of the polarity of the duality right behind me. Hey, we're gonna take it to a whole nother level. We're gonna take it to a whole nother level. Grand Rising again. So listen, because I can't play the music, so I'm gonna need you guys to do it because I want to come in with a little dance. I want to come in with a little dance, a little twist, a little bit of Bugatti, a little bit of bad, a little bit of naughty. This both. We are both. So we could get out of this energy. I'm trying to fit into this culture or this lifestyle or this dogma. I want people to really understand and expand your awareness through music, sound, frequency, vibration, right? So through that, through the chaos, we need a little bit of both. So just to remind yourself that, we all going through it because we're in constant tension. So when we understand the fabric of the universe, the stretch of it, we're constantly in this polarity. So we are between these two, right? So we're the tree, all right? That represents ancestors. So I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons. Hey, Geminis. Hi, hi, hi. Hey, Denise. What's up, Denise? Hey. All right? All be yourself. You got that right. So, because I don't want to get flagged. So I'm going to start with, you're going to hear it in the background. You're going to hear it in the background. So go ahead and if you guys are trying to get over somebody or cried or understanding the one last cry, go ahead and get your music ready, Brian McKnight. Let's see what we're dealing with. If you guys want to, the ones that want to join me, put a little the music emoji. If you guys want to, you can join me, or you could. I'm just gonna put a little bit of it. All right. And then tomorrow I'm gonna take you into the way I begin my day, and to allow that music, that penetration, that vibration in the heart. Some of us, we get over people through music. Some of us, too much of it's what I'm trying to say. It's toxic. Once you hit that level of toxicity and nothing is changing, nothing is moving, we have to evolve, change, grow. All right, to that. So if you guys are ready, I'm gonna go put in my music. This is what you could expect. So I might put I didn't have time to hashtag it. Hashtag one last cry. Goodbye. Good readings. No, don't hold on to the bitterness. Forgive, let go, and welcome some new energy. We're going into the new moon in just a few days. And so yeah. If you are not interested, it's okay. We all go experience and hurt. Basically, because we expand in our awareness. We know things that we didn't want to know. Like, no. All right. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll be right back. One last cry. I was here, you there. I hope I don't get flat. Oh. All right, hold on. This might help a lot of people.
Snoring, gasping.
Hold on. Guess we never could agree. Hey, Banks, Divine Father, how are you? All right, let's get, You would like a reading? All right, I have 1 hour here about, all right. I'm trying to stick these ads. Let's see who got that music ready. Woo! What's up? It's a broken heart. That's it. I think that's it. I don't think. Who is mending their soul and why is important? Wow. Speak and repent, evil demon. Thank you. Right after you do. Thank you. Wow. That was a lot. Speaking big truth. What big truth are you speaking? The two only words you know is evil, the evil lemon. You're sour because you don't understand, but I'll teach you some things up in here. All right, let's go ahead and remove this. Should I remove it? I don't think I put them on. Oh, really? Hello? Oh, okay, let's see. I wanted to block him. Let's see here. So nobody's ready to let go. People are holding on. Okay, it's all right. All right. So nobody wants to. Let me see here. No, he didn't come back in. The evil lemon. The sour lemon. Okay. So. Oh, let me go put my fan on. Let me know what kind of music and where are you in your situation. If you're not ready to get over someone, if you're still lingering, it's going to just cause you more pain. You're going to just keep adding pain. Let go, cry, let it out. When you cry, you release. Okay? Doesn't mean that level is wrong. It's that that person serves its purpose in your life. Is the devil, Satan, and Lucifer the same? Wow, that's a big question. Because how do you understand this? How do you understand all this energy? How do you understand all this energy? I have sex. I have an ex who's a Cancer, but it's always drama. What's up with him? All right, we'll find out. All right, hey, Dread Loris, lies. Dread Lord Disha. So we can look if we go back to I'm gonna look over here, right? Because if we look at, I'm so used to it already. But if we look at if you go look at the zombies, if you go look at Dracula, if you go look at all those things, where do those things come from? You gotta go investigate a little bit more. Have you seen zombies? Have you seen Dracula? Like you understand? So when you understand shadow light consciousness is just an unconscious person, right? That is choosing to stay in darkness. That's what the devil's Satan. But the Satan goes back into ancient Egypt. All right. These were the gods and the demons that were fighting each other over rulership, right? Who's more powerful? So when you ask that, the devil, where the devil comes from? I ask people in church this: where is the devil, and why God is letting us experience the devil? Because it's a choice that we have, right? We choose good or we choose bad. We have choices in front of us. So when the Satan is just a title, right? And the Luciferic being is just like, if you understand biology, you understand that the Luciferian, if you go look it up, you have to go back 600 years ago. We only had our English language 1600 years as our evolution. So when you look at it like that, you gotta go really, really deep. So when you just stay with this title, the Satan, where does it really come from? You understand? And the Luciferic being, where we get the lovers, right? I think from different realms. From what realm? The mental, the emotional, the body here on earth, and what are realms? You think or you know? I want reading based on your shot. I want my reading based on your. What is my shot? I have an ex who's a Cancer. So when we look at these titles and we don't really understand it, so you have to go back to ancient Egypt where a lot of this stuff comes from. All right. And so even when you look at sin, those were the name of the god and goddesses, and of course the rulers of the moon. So you got to go back into ancient culture so that you could then you just if you've seen a zombie, you watch movies of zombies whenever you've seen one. So you got to really think about that when you. I mean, I don't mind you asking the question, but I would just say to you, like, why would God, a loving, so kind God, would let us experience the evil and devil? You know, to me, the Satan is an energy uh, that existed long ago. But if you believe in the Satan, it's gonna be in your mental realm, and it's gonna be in your emotional realm. So this depending how you experience it, right? Because we move through archetypes. All right, we recognize things to contrast. So this is what we always need to have an experience and how to tell two things that are contradicting. All right, so if it's good, it's evil. It's some things that are light and there's things that are dark. And we could go back to racism, and this is how a lot of the things began. Because only dark was considered evil. It was considered a sin. It was considered, it was no good. So you have to go back there to ask that question. All right? So you could see a black person or a dark-skinned person. No, they evil, or they the devil, or they Satan because they dark. So this is where you have to go dig, is what I'm saying to you. So how do you understand the realms and dimensions when we look at layers of a house? Okay, do you understand that? I cannot tell you things that are so. This is why we have to compare things against the other, and this is where polarity comes in, because the cards speak of polarity. How you're gonna have so it doesn't really matter. We under constant tension, no evolution, no us, no experience. You just gotta look up, man. Have I ever seen a zombie? have I ever seen a zombie? I seen tons of movies from the 80s into now. Where you seen Dracula at? People like to mimic things. All right. I asked someone. So God created us. Then who created God? God's always been the one, but they can't really say it. All right. Nobody. This is why we have so much stories. One story, right? And of course, one truth. So you got to really think about it. Just anytime that you know the devil, why the devil exists in Satan, then you have to go, okay, the things that I know growing up, I seen a lot of movies of ghosts, and we know they exist. We see them, right? A lot of people experience them that they grew up with them. Have I ever seen a zombie? Have I ever seen a vampire? You got to really think about it. Those that's just you know. But when you stay stuck with it, thinking and thinking, you're gonna just remember it's all energy. So you're keeping things alive by your emotions. If you put a lot of emotions into it, or if you think about it a lot, because everything happens here in the mind. It all begins in the mind. This is how the one, the unity, the consciousness could create. All right. So when people ask, I'm like, where from where? All right. So you have to really put your mind to it. Okay, devil, where does it come from? I go back to ancient Egypt. All right, and our evolution, our language, as to the English language that we have now. How back then it's just like money. Look, we get money, we get paid. I'm gonna come over here to explain. We get paid, right? And you see it, you see the money, but where does it really come from? Because if there's no money, back in the days, we were getting paid, or they will give us land, right? Or they will give us fruit or rice or whatever in order for us to do work. Everybody exchange things. Now we see the money. So it's different. So everything for me is spiritual. It's just an energy flow at the end of the day. So you work, you cultivate, you get something, vice versa. All right? When you get stuck with the devil and the Satan, which is Horus, so if you go back into ancient Egypt, and you understand Horus's fight with because it's in the stories. I mean, if you go back to just ancient Egypt, and you get a lot of the stories there, how they had to fight and avenge his brother. So the Satan or the devil or the adversary, anybody that come against you and try to harm you, you're gonna defend yourself, right? So that anybody that's gonna try to cause harm against you is gonna be the devil. All right. I love these questions, and then Lucifer. It's a little confusing when you talk about Lucifer because we're talking about light energy, and then because when you put faith and consciousness, right? Like if you here, I'm alive, you alive. I get to go between these two lights. Look. I'm gonna explain like this. All right. They have new media contracts derived from the doctor's chamber of which they have to propagate medicine. Oh, okay. So you have these two lights. If I sit in the middle of this, let me see if I can explain it. You have the sun, which provides us with everything that we have, energy, heat. So even the cold water is still at a different degree. You understand? So it's one line. You got hot, you got extreme cold, you got hot, and you got warm. So we constantly, this is the warm, this is the light, this is the dark. This is for reflection. This is to grow, to show you things, to give you power. So you really got to understand it. So this is the root. Even if you look at the olive tree could be cut down and burned, but it still grows from the root. So you got to make sure that your root is stable. All right. So you could heal. You heal the root, and you become stable. So how can I sit between these two lights? I'm not gonna choose neither one of them because they both provide me with something. And I'm gonna emerge. I'm gonna have the third capacity here, and I'm gonna express myself different. You gotta really understand this. But when you say, "Oh, I'm either too good or too bad," you're neither. You're both. We constantly flowing between the light and the dark, the morning and the night. So we have it really, really bad with this. When it gets dark, ooh, all the things happen. So you really gotta understand that when you grow a level of consciousness, when you become aware, a lot of people think, "Oh, I am." High vibrational energy is calm. Low vibrational energy is anxiety, is worry. Anyway, God remove confusion, restore common sense. Okay? Joshua. God remove confusion and restore common sense. Okay. So some astrologers and tarot interpreters have a new media contract derived from the doctor's chambers because which they have propagated medicine. Hello, hey Musa. All right, so God, so you don't have no God in your life. You don't have no common sense, is what you're saying. All right, because God is an energy, a frequency that lives within you. So you don't practice what you preach. Okay, you don't meditate. You don't do anything. You just go out there and be reckless. Then you don't have no God. You don't have common sense. You don't got basically what you're saying that because you don't have common sense, you're confused because you don't know about God. So you still don't got common sense. Because if you think that God is an energy out there, it's an energy that's within you. All right, but you put a face on it because you want to be comfortable. You want to be comfortable with it. You want to feel comfortable. Whatever I want to get polarized, and if you don't agree with me because I'm right and everybody else is wrong, then you're narrow minded. You really need to understand. Hey, how are you? Okay. Cry at a wedding. Do I put this? Do I have it here? Okay. God remove confusion. If you still walking around confused, then you don't got God in your life. You really don't understand nothing. All right, but unless you're here saying, "Hey, God, remove confusion to restore common sense." No, to restore balance, and we don't get balance. We get to choose differently. That's it, because we're here to have the human experience. So you don't know God, you don't know yourself. So to know thyself. So anyway, let's see. However you understand your life, however you deal with demons, however you understand evil, however you do it, that's up to you. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm here to help you along your journey. Okay, when you don't know God, it's really difficult for people to really understand that God is an energy that lives inside of you. Yes, we were created. It could have been extraterrestrial life. Do we have that in our DNA? I mean, you know what I mean? So you really have to go really, really deep. And if you stay superficial, or I'm just gonna read a book, and everything's in there, then you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. You need to just grow and to connect at a higher frequency. That's all. So you could hear the truth. When you refuse to see the truth or to hear it, all right, and listening to your heart, you get confused with so much. You got too much noise. You watch too much TV, too much just drama filled. You living under somebody else's energy. I'm from Africa, Morocco, and I'm from you. I am from the state of New Jersey. I am from the States. All right. I didn't come in for this. I came in to show something else. But hey, if you guys want to talk about stuff, uh, is the devil and Lucifer? So Lucifer is however you treat Lucifer. There's too many things. It'll work on your behalf. It'll work for you, or it'll work against you. Okay, that's it. That's the only way I could explain that. We gotta remove confusion to restore. All right. I guess nobody wants to ask a question. Listen, we have so many people's opinions. So many people everybody got an opinion. Everybody don't understand this, right? Because I'm not gonna say brainwash. So like right now, you guys use emojis. The emojis are an evolution of this. So then you can't use emojis, because you're trying to express yourself with you don't have the words to say. That's why a lot of people use emojis. They really can't talk about their feelings, so they use symbols. Instead of saying, "Oh, tell me what you want." They'll put a little smiley face. If they want sex or whatever, they'll put the eggplant. They'll put the little, like, what is that? This is how our ancestors communicated. So if you said that's part of divination, you're doing the same thing, but just in a different way. All right. It's just like me getting the Bible. I'm gonna go scroll to a page. I'm gonna pick a doctrine, and I'm gonna give it to you. That's it. The same thing. All right. This gotta get shuffled. It's just like you could say it's like a game with the divine. It's your mind getting to connect to something, right? Well, some people take it as a game because they think it's not gonna affect people's future, because we go by symbols, by mentors, guides. We do that because we gotta have direction in life. We want direction. All right. So just don't like, my thing is, for anybody that asks, just don't use emojis and see how far you get. It's there. I'm sure that you use them. That's another form of divination. Okay, because you're not really telling the person what you really want to say. All right. So if you look at tarot cards, the same thing. You got little symbols here, and what is the symbol behind the feather. What is the symbol behind the halo? What is the symbol of the tree? Okay, so this symbol, let's call it a symbol, and that's basically or the leaves. Everything has a symbol. And when you go and look at the emojis, or when you go online, you see trees, you see people, you see the sun. Okay, this is because people have been using these with darkness. They haven't really integrated their light consciousness, shadow consciousness. They haven't really had that third. They haven't emerged into how you take both of those. Okay, the good and the bad that you are. All right, you're not just one. We want to be just one, just so we could fit in. Okay, and a lot, nine out of 10 times we get polarized, and then I'm this good person. Well, you know you're really not. All right, this is why we have so much unfortunate things happen. But it takes somebody with courage to step up and say, you know what, I'm not going to choose sides because I don't know everything, and that's pretty much it. I was here, you. All right, so I see a lot of people that's still trying to get over. So if let me see who's here, Shania or Bank. If you're here, I would like a reading. So are you here? I'm gonna give you an example. I'm from Africa, Morocco. Okay, that's it. Okay, so common sense. Common sense you should have every day. Let's see who. Are you here? No. All right. I'm not usually here this time. All right. I'll wait to see if somebody else comes in. That's it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick. I'll be right back. Still we never. Nobody wants to get over. Nobody's really ready. Why the rain? I think I gotta get up earlier. I need the rain. I get my best to you. I need some rain. I need some rain to pour me. I need some water. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try. Who's here? That's it. Nobody. Oh, hey. Oh, you're here. Okay. All right. So your question is, I'm gonna stay over here. I'm gonna look. I got my computer on. All right. I'm used to having this. Oh, yeah, but you left. You left. I was calling you. I tell you, it turns into a debate when people don't really understand light, consciousness, dark, the shadow. When they don't understand themselves. whatever the energy is, if you're dark, if you live in a dark world, if everything around you is scary, ghosts, demons, then that's what you're gonna live. All right, you keeping that energy alive. Not that they're not real, they're real if you keep it alive. That's just as real as it gets. Everything's in the mind. So fix your mind. Stop thinking about it. Stop talking about it. Stop making it part of your life, your existence, your reality, and you won't live it. That's it. Pray for the ones that are stuck in the darkness. All right. May they be delivered. May they reach a higher level of consciousness. Find out English language and where all and how we got the letter D. Don't let me pull out my tools. I have plenty. I have so much tools here that I will leave you speechless. I did my homework, guys. All right, 3 years. I'm trying to squeeze 10 years into, so when I do, and it's impossible. So I fail at that. So, all right, it'll take 10 years before you really get to really know this deck and what it's telling you about your emotional, your physical body, right, and your mental. All right, we're here in this reality. This is what's happening. This is where the good and bad exists. Here we go. One more for you. Ain't no stopping us song by. Oh, that's the one. That's what you listen to. All right. So when we come, I think yeah. I guess down the line. I thought that was something good to bring in. My energy, guy advice. Ain't no stopping now. You're now song by McFadden and Whitehead. Oh, okay. Ain't no stopping us now. No stopping. Shh, shh, shh. I see it from there. Okay. I need some rain. Well, for the ones that are getting over somebody, don't stay stuck in a frequency for too long. Just don't stay stuck there. The objective, the point I was trying to make with music, that it could heal you or it could continue to hurt you. Okay? How you know I'm getting over someone? I'm no longer thinking about them. If I listen to a song, I'm not being affected by it. You know when you're ready to move on. You know when you're closing that door. For those of you that keep that door open just in case, we live on hope. And that's great and everything, but sometimes you gotta, it's like the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes you gotta take matters into your own hands. And the way I could compare this, because look, I get on the bus, I go to work every morning, and there's a couple of people that get off in my stop, okay? There's a couple of people that get off in my stop, and do you think I'm gonna wait for them to press the button? I don't know if they're gonna go to a different stop that morning. I don't put my life in nobody. I don't put my destiny in nobody's hands. I take control of that. So you have free will choice there. So do you let the wheel keep spinning and you still going around and around and around, and at some point you're gonna be like, wait a minute. You know, I gotta get off. You know, I have to get in alignment. This is not working for me. Okay? So just think about it like that for a second. Let's go ahead. All right? Hey, Arlene. I'm glad to see you again. Welcome back to another AM Live. It is 10:52. Today I don't feel like napping. It is Thursday. It is Jupiter's day. Jupiter has gone direct. And so, yeah, what interesting things he has and what he has to offer. Yes, we're on the move. Exactly. Don't get stuck. Just make sure that you hit that bell, because you don't know what you don't know when the next stop. You might wind up 2-3 stops away from when you're supposed to get off. And when you don't get off, you're gonna miss the opportunity, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? You're going to miss the opportunity. It's just that simple. It's just little simple things that you need to, wow, that's right. I've been putting destiny in somebody else, waiting for them to change. You know, how about if I change? And maybe, yes, I probably helped them. Some people are living on, that's the unconscious living. So you don't put your destiny in nobody's hand. At some point, you got to work with God. All right? And so that's pretty much how I could just help you understand that. All right? So the devil. All right, so let me go to your question real quick. Let me tap into the... I'm going to dry my eyes right after I finish crying. This one can't sing. Man, I was doing so good. But anyway, so your question was... You asked me earlier. Let me go up here. Man, I tell you, when you do these kind of life, people just have questions. They want me to do the work that they're scared to do. They're scared to see that they reflection. They're scared to see what they project their fears on other people. They get scared to look. Go look. Go look. You don't want to look for the truth because you rather stay polarized than do the things that are uncomfortable. You rather sit there and judge and look at people and say, oh God, that's evil, that's the Satan. You don't even know what the Satan is. Go ask the questions, do the work. Hey, get up. You know when you're in church. Hey, what is the story about? But you don't want to do it. You want somebody else to do it, and I don't mind doing it. All right? We have everybody's opinions. All right? Hey, what do you say, Arian? Man, I can ask about hockey. If he will come back to to contact me, or he already moved out. No breakup, but he ghosted you. Just say, hey, he ghosted me. What happened? That's it. Once you face the pain of the situation that you're in, all right? Did I do love wrong? What happened? No, you didn't do anything wrong. Okay? Just know that it's could it be something the universe doesn't want me to experience right now? That I did that already? Is something else better? We don't want to sit with that. We want to run to it. Hey, I've been there, done it. At some point, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm getting a little older now. Wait, this don't, at some point we got to wake up. All right? But you have to see, if you want to stay in your comfort zone, that's great. You're not going to really learn a lot. You're just going to go and have another experience with somebody else. You're going to deal with their attitude, their smells, and everything else. You're never really going to get to know you. Your worth is not in somebody else. Listen, and that's why I go live when I'm in the bus. I gave a car back that I had, and I had bought a car for my son, and I sold that car, and I gave it away, and I started hopping on the bus. And I am a school bus driver of 20 years because I didn't really understand. This was by accident, all right? I'm not going to sit here and say that I know it all, okay? This is by accident, on purpose, all right? Sometimes we want to show people, listen, you're going to have to give up your possessions. You're going to have to give up some things. You're not going to learn nothing. All right? So whether this person broke up with you and he stopped talking to you, now you're trying to figure it out. Now you're trying to interpret his silence. All right? But if your worth is just on a person, hey, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to say, it's just going to show you what you're going through and you're afraid of admitting. I promise you that if you get off, right, trying to force outcomes, if you get off the wheel, if you learn how to sit in the center of uncertainty, if you find your center, I guarantee you that things will fall into place for you. But because we don't want to be uncomfortable, we'd rather just go around, and I went around and around and around and around. We'd rather open our hand, I'm ready. There's no safety. You don't have no safety. It's not ready for you yet. But we look at it, and I'm talking to the people that are older, around my age. Okay? Not the ones that are learning and coming up. Oh my goodness. Okay, you got a long way to go. All right? But you don't want to look at it because you don't want to upset your comfort zone. It's not for the weak. And that chain that you seen on the devil, on that animal that has, because of course the animal got sacrificed, because religious leaders would say, well, if you cut the animal head off or you let the blood bleed, your sin, the things that you do that you're not, that that damn well they're not good for you. If you do that, your sins are forgiven. You could go and do whatever the heck you want. You could go sin, lay up, and do whatever devout, what they call it. You go ahead and let it. That's why it's called the scapegoat. You let that scapegoat or that goat take your sins. No, you take control of it. You're the animal. The animal's in you. All right? So for those of you that really don't, because I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. So it's up to you. You want to stay, you go. This is no half truths here. All right. Listen, this is little kids game. That you gotta get off that. That's little kids game. At some point, you gotta say, you know what? Let me keep my phone on block and let me deal with it. Let me deal with it. Or I'm gonna block him and that's it. And don't unblock him. For what? If you block him, then that's it. That should be it. Or is it? Or do you want to keep going? But you can go as long as you want. That is entirely up to you. Shania, one more time. I'm sorry here. Let's go ahead. If you're still here and you're talking about the cancer, right? Let's see what that cancer's energy is all about. I've seen, all right. So what's the difference between this and the Bible? What is the difference between a piece of paper? So you got the Knight of Wands. All right. So your Cancer wants it now and in a hurry. All right. I don't know if they're chasing their money. All right. Or they might, or I don't know if you want something more real. More like a slower kind of growing kind of energy. All right, they might want the same thing. All right, to them it's money first. All right, so you're still trying to hold on to something, Shania. You don't. I think that you know this, but you want to. We all want to see our energy with somebody. All right. So unless person, right? Because this is a renewal of hope. Once you understand, I'm gonna give you the whole rundown from the age, but real deep. This is not no baby stuff. I want you to really understand your emotional realm. Okay? So once you understand the renewal of this energy, you're not gonna even look the same at things no more. But if you're ready for that, I don't think you're ready. But the death card is symbolized. Which death is a really exaggerated kind of dramatic energy when you look at this card. It makes you scared, but you shouldn't, unless you could what? The ego must transcend. Then the dynamic, because going to somebody in the same dynamic is not gonna work. All right, meaning that old person, the old you, the old version of the relationship, the things that's all and done. All right. There could be a re-entry of energy. There could be re-entry of energy. All right. You can get back to the 2 and start again. All right. So we got structure. So you have structure for it to. So you got structure, right? You need structure because it's here. And if the 10 of Cups is here, no. All right. Anyway. So do you want to make something real, something solid? And you're going to go back to the loop. But you're going to live this with everybody that you meet is going to have this energy of the strength card. All right? Which is a grounded approach, a real stubborn energy. Okay? This is earth energy here. And this says that your person has the ego is rooted on being strong. So they're not going to show you. All right? Unless you can overcome this energy here, which you should have been there already. You should be looking for something that's soft and calmer. All right. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not really, what am I going to say? Most definitely more real. Yes, just had that confirmation. You know that, but you know that. We got to hear it over and over and over and over again, because there's not so much, as much time as you could give somebody. All right. He blocked me. Let me go into Arlene. Arlene, let's go into your energy. I'm going to use... Tomorrow I go back to my before I go, I'm gonna show all the work. I'm gonna show a lot of the work, all right? And what it takes, and how come you're not getting with these 20-minute, 5-10 minutes reads, you're not getting the fullness of what you need to get for you to understand. This is why you will get stuck forever. You will get stuck. You will get stuck. You gotta know when to get off. You gotta know when to hit stop. And until you're ready to do that, sometimes we get to like 60. Man, I ain't ready yet. You think that you told him that? You think you told him that that's gonna help him change? Child, he'll be like that till he's 50. Or if he's not, how old is he? I know he's about his money. That's the first thing that showed up. You got the 5 of Wands, Arlene. Everybody got a situation. You're not the only one. That's the whole thing. Stop thinking that you're the only one. You're not the only one. You put yourself in this little box. You're not in this little box. Nobody wants to be compared to everybody else, but we have to understand that we are part of a universal mind. Everybody's going to go through that. Everybody's getting to learn about themselves. All right? So you got to understand that you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I used to say, oh, poor me. Oh, my God. This is only happening to me. I will be such a pitiful. Don't do that. It happens to you. Now that you're in a situation that you didn't want it to be because of the choices you made, now do you make different choices because it's right there. I don't do that. For what? I'm just as bad as they are. I'm waiting for so much hope. At some point, you got to say, okay, hope, I need you. But faith, here you go. You got to release things into the universe. You are creating this in your awareness. Whether unconscious awareness. okay, and conscious, which is two different realms. So we got the mind and we got the emotions. We make decisions based on our emotions, and our emotions are unreliable because we're talking about the moon, the dark side of Mother Nature. Guess what? She rules your sex organs. This is why they say the man thinks we're down there. Yeah, he wants sex all the time. You want love and to be hugged. Guess what? They want to have sex. All right. Some of them want you barefoot and pregnant. Some of them want you to be. They got this illusion. They grew up with a mom like that. Oh, mijito, get yourself a good wife, okay, mijito. I tell that to my son. You listen. Just don't bring nobody crazier than me up in here. Just don't bring nobody crazier than me here, all right? Because I could smell it. I'll smell it, and then we're going to have a conversation. Mijito, get yourself a good, that. Let me tell you something. That calm energy, right? Because, listen, how you could tell somebody is really calm, right? If they don't say nothing, right? They don't say nothing. Is that high vibrational energy? Right? Or do they lash out? Because you know that's low vibrational. All right? Hey there. Hey, Mystic Moon. All right? So I'm going to show all the work that I do here. And why I don't, and why I really can't, It depends on what? Hockey is your younger man. Everybody's going through it. Everybody. You, me, everybody. We've been through it. Now what do we do? Do we go back? Oh, damn it, I want to start again. I'm at the 8 again. Damn it. Oh, no. When things are boring, we don't want boring. Oh, damn it, he's a boring. We don't like, we complain about everything. Your life is good. You at the 4. Make it, come on. If you at the 4, you could don't hold on too tight. You're going to suffocate. You're going to stagnate it. Let the motherfucker breathe. Let him breathe. That's the problem. Let him breathe. If it's meant for you to stay, right? Let him damn breathe. The energy, I think I just jumped in. That's okay. It's all right. You can jump in. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for sending that love, Mystic Moon. Let him breathe. So I'm going to show the work I do, all the work that I have done throughout a couple of years. I mean, I got tons. I'm just going to show my Jesus box. I'm going to just show you my Jesus box. It will take a person 10 years or more. That's with a lot of study, by the way, to give you. I'm trying to get everything together by next week. Once I get you out of the cups energy, because I want you to integrate. I want you to become like this tree. This is the purpose for me having this here. You heal that root. Because remember, especially the olive tree. The olive tree could get cut down and burnt, and it still grows. You're still going to grow. Your timeline doesn't depend, it doesn't depend on one experience. Guess what? You're still going to grow. If you want love, them and say, I want to be in love, I want to be happy, but know that there's going to be challenges because we're in constant tension. All right? So listen, the tree right here. All right? And that tree wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't grow if it wasn't for the light, the consciousness, the sun, the personification of it is our leader, right? And this is what the fights and wars are about. The rulerships, and they talk about it in the Bible, but you don't understand it. And the moon, the god of the moon, and who's more superior? And when people talk to me about this, I'm like, what? They don't really understand that. So you be like a tree. Even if you get burned down, cut down, you're gonna grow. You're gonna still while you're still here. You don't want to waste all your time on stupidity. But if you want love, say, listen, God, I'm part of you. I'm with you. I'm here. Remember, we came from that that's one chemical string, according to science, by the way. All right, this is astrophysics. This is conscious. This is not me saying it. I mean, you could go study it. We came from the one chemical string. And God, I know that I'm with you. I'm here. You and me. I'm me. What is it? You get crazy. I want to have an experience good love. All right? This is what I want. Send it off. It'll be with you. But hey, you got to do some things. Oh, no, I don't want to do it because, it's going to cost me time. I don't think I want it. Oh, well, then just stay on the wheel. Go ahead. You wait for the next time, the next opportunity. That is up to you. All right? You wait till the next time. It ain't ready yet. Well, you still haven't done what you say you're gonna do. You stay on that wheel, son. This on you. All right. So I'm gonna go get all my work. I'm gonna get all the work that I've done for the last 3 years, and I got tons of it. And I'm gonna pile it up here, and this is why. Let me see. I will make him free. I'm tired of you know that you're tired. You're holding yourself for living the best. If you want to have the best life experience, release. Have your one last cry. Be careful with the music that you listen. Remember, everything is a sound, frequency, vibration. Anything will it will trigger you. Watch the things that trigger you. When I could listen to that, I couldn't even cry. I was trying to cry. I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even cry. And then it's an ugly cry. Okay? I'm not telling you to let go. I'm just talking to you about music. This is why when I come in, if you ain't ready to cry, here, let go. Put it on and see if you cry. You know that you really, come on. There's something out there, but I promise you, there's something out there way better waiting for you. You think God wants to see you not happy? Don't you get tired? I just want to know if he is married because we are far. It can help me if I know. Can I ask if he's married? Yeah, but let me wait to the end. All right. I might not even. I used to be. I ain't gonna lie. I used to be take a nap. But today, I might even go live when I get on my. When I go to. I'll probably be live all day. When I get to my next stop. All right. So let me go pull out all my. Let me go. When I'm gonna give you a what's the tea. All right. Some things we don't want to accept it. Listen, you want things to turn around for you. You can't do it from where you're at. I had to, again, I'm going to talk for the people that are new. For the people that I knew, I had 2 channels. I had one in Spanish. I had over 3,000 subscribers. I was already monetized, and I delete them both. You know the courage that it takes to do that? I was like, wow. When Jesus said, what? Child, you're lost. You cannot leave my people lost. I didn't come here for nothing. He didn't come here for nothing, you guys. we have the keys right here. We have the keys. We have the keys here. But we are not, forget about it. I don't want to see the keys. I'm still going to keep digging. There's something, no. Stop it. Stop it. You got to stop it. Stop. This is why I don't show myself, because I'm very, all right? That's why. But anyway, I'm going to show you some of my, my work. I was hear you. Every night to someone else. Well, this was one of my first books. This is one of my first books that I purchased. And this is the zodiac signs. All right. I'm going to talk about this book. All right. Centaurus. The person that wrote this book. All right. It's a pretty interesting book. This speaks of the zodiac signs. So this is one of the first books that I bought. All right. What does she represent? Okay. I got this. I had this Bible since 2005. This is where I began. This is what a lot of the stuff. A lot of the tarot cards are in here, especially the making of Solomon's temple. Well, actually, the justice. This is Venus energy where she shows up. This with Venus and the Ace of Cups and the World card is one of the most powerful cards that you will get. You'll know when things are really starting to take shape for you. If you don't get those in the reading, you better forget about it. You still got a lot of work to do. I don't want anybody to get stuck on stupid. So I'm going to reveal the cards that are most important cards that you need to understand. So you can rest easy. All right. So we go to Kings. And in the Kings is here. All right. So I'm going to, it's like me going here. You asked me to give you something. A lot of people got a bad relationship with the Bible because they're scared of it. They don't understand it. So they have a real bad relationship. Okay. They really do. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh, I have a bad relationship. And I'm going to, this is all the paperwork. This is all the life path. This is books. This is This is, I mean, these are all my planets. I'm gonna show everything, everything. I need some rain on me. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna work. Yeah, I mean, I go to work. I'm not gonna take a nap. This, more. I mean, I got tons. I filled pages, filled up. With every studying. Look, I mean, I have so much physics. Hey, Weiss, man, this is Lao Tatsu. This is more astrology. Just tons. Who's there? There's nothing like the Yahweh. There's nothing like the breath of God. When you take that last breath, the God in you ends. Well, I got tons. Who's here? This is why I let me show my Jesus. What I see, my most prized possession here. This one is heavy. I'm onto my last card. This one. This is my Jesus file. This is my Jesus file. This is my Jesus. Everything in here is Bible, Jesus. This is a right hand, left hand. This is one of my, when I started the channel. This is one of that. This is like an unpacking, okay? This is all my Jesus stuff. This is all the Bible stuff, books. All right. The emotions, dealing with doubt. So this here, this is all my Jesus stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Tons. I have so much here. Breaking bad habit prayers. I'm going to put them all. This is my whole Jesus box. I was planning to move soon. All right. I mean, look at this thing. It's full to the brim. All right. Oh, this is my cook. Look at this. This thing is filled with paperwork. All right. Let me see if I can pick. This is all, there's so much in here. The spiritual realms, studying the Seven of Cups energy. Look at this, look at this. Look at, I even got Speak to the Earth, prayers. Books that I ordered just to learn and find out what is this in the world going on. Rabbi Jesus. I have so much here. One day I'm going to do a really big. Really big. Oh, my favorite thing. Isn't that pretty? So, there's so much here. One day I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna make a video. So who you really dedicated. For the ones that come in and don't really know, you just make judgments. You come to the channel. You don't know me. You come in here. If you don't have half of the work that I have here. You just read a book and you talk. Go talk to Jesus. All right? This is heavy. Hold up. For the ones that just blah. You go with the feeling, oh, this must be right. This must be right. It feels good. And here's more. Let me see who's there. So let me see. Ooh, that got me tired. You're reading Gaia always big help to everyone around us. You're amazing as well. Hey, Scorpio. Okay, so it takes a long, long time. If you think that I could go in a book, in that little book they give you, you got another thing coming. I got everything here. Oh, there goes my. I was looking for this. I was looking for my anchor. All right, and I'll send you to the. I'll send you to this live, and I'm gonna be doing videos. And this is. I got so much more. This is not even it. This is a little bit. All right. Look how this thing is heavy. So if you think that your life isn't here, we don't live here. we don't live here. If this is just to give you guidance. If you think we live in this paper, you think we live here in keywords? You think we live here? Huh? This is it? You think this is it? You think you study this? You think you study this is it? One piece of paper. You think you study this and you know everything? When this book is encoded in symbolism and ancient history? That's it? Wow. This is it. You get a deck of cards and you think this is it? Man, you gotta come on. You gotta come on. We gotta do a little bit better. So the person that comes on here and says, "Oh, God gave us what? Conscious. How are you using yours? What are you understanding about the world, life?" Hey, Alexa, I'm doing all right. Thank you. So if you think that you just in a box, man, you're gonna be you have to learn how to start expanding your awareness. You really have to start cultivating a new mindset, setting a new frequency, changing your direction, and just learning something new because you're gonna be like so disappointed about. And I'm just gonna read about tension before I continue on. What time is it already? I lost my timing. Oh, 11:20. I'll be here. I'm gonna stay on until 12. I might stay to 12:40. I'm past my old lady nap. I'm past my old lady's nap. All right, let me get this out of here. I got so much more. I have boxes. I have 2 bins. If you think that you will live in this little book and somebody gonna come and tell me about my life, you got another thing coming. Run the other way. When you get a person, I'm enlightened, I got it all figured out. You better run the other way. You better run the other way so fast because you're gonna get stuck in this cycle right along with these spirits. And those spirits are gonna guide you, and you're gonna keep making the same decision. Spirit ain't telling you nothing. Okay? Oh, I am about to go. I wanted to come in with a joke. Let me go and freshen out. I have to put my feeling a little bit. My ceiling fan. Listen, if you think you got it all figured out in one, that's why people keep doing the same thing over and over again. I had to go find out for myself, and I did the work. I think I did pretty damn good. So what I say to you, believe in yourself. Knowing that you're part of this universal mind, the goddess and primal mind to me. I want somebody to prove me how we got here, or even our evolution from Darwin's theory. Was the extraterrestrial life? What happened to our DNA? You know, how did we get this to this level of awareness? How can we solve problems? And then look at AI and how we put in the consciousness into AI. So yeah, when God made us, He made us special. Yes, He left out distortion, right, for us to figure like we have to live in this constant war of polarity between the good and bad. So we could tell I like to live really good, so I'm gonna make really, really good choices. But if I want to live just dark and emotional, no, then it's not a stable energy. All right? But that is up to you. I'll be back later. I'm getting ready. All right, sweetie. You too, sweetie. Thank you. All right? Oh. I mean, I got so much paperwork here. Let me go. Ooh, that wasn't even. Guess he never could agree. Okay. All right, I'm back. Who's still here? All right. Who's still here? All right. I don't know who's still here. All right. Let me see. Okay, Arlene. So you want your oh, wait a minute, Mike. Oh, wow. My computer. Oh, no, no, no. What time? Oh, it's supposed to be up. Oh, no, my computer was gonna stop. Oh, I gotta update. Give me 1 second. I gotta schedule a restart. I have rescheduled my computer to restart at 11:30. I totally forgot. Let me change the time to 1:30. Yeah, p.m. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I so sorry. Okay, because I'm looking from over here. I'm not used to being on. All right. So I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you. This is a little exposure. All right. And the reason why I have the T so I can expose. All right. I don't hide. I don't have to hide anything. So let's go ahead. Somebody is. Who's? Oh, Alexa. Oh, Alexa. Alexa went to work. All right. Learn. Uh. Jewish poll. There's so much things. Oof. All right. So let's go ahead. So you got the justice card. They might be going through a divorce or they are married. Let's see what comes up here. If Venus comes up here, all right. You want justice. You want clarity, all right. But I'm gonna help you understand a little bit, all right. Because that's my objective here. I want to help you understand something because you are very intelligent, but I don't think you understand that. We get stuck in these archetypes for too long. All right. Let me go and turn this a little bit. Let me turn it over here. All right, there we go. Let me bring this back over here. So do you see that? Do you see it? Let me see. I see. Where is it at? Right here. There's a paper here. It's bothering me. I gotta get this paper out. Hold on a minute. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Are you still here? All right. One more. Okay. Let's see the person. One more. Thank you. One more. One more. Thank you. All right, let's see here. This is... So that's probably why they put things on hold. Okay? So you got the yes, I don't know if they fully invested here, or this is keeping them. This is why you hold up, and this is why they're disconnected. All right. They're very unstable with their energy. Look at that. They got three. They got three. All right. They're going through these three different archetypes. They haven't decided yet which one. All right. Because they can embody any archetype. Remember that we fought with people's archetypes anyway. What is activated at the time. All right. So here I will help you to see what's being like activated. What are you in training for right now? You might be saying, no, I don't want to be trained for that because I'm not ready for that. It's like just going to war. Okay. So you got the Two of Cups here. All right. And the Two of Cups is a mutual commitment here, but not knowing exactly. They don't know. They probably have to go through one more because we didn't get the Knight of Wands. Okay. So emotions are there. The stable, it's keeping them busy. Something is keeping the person tied to their land, although they could go and come once in a while. All right. Are you still here, Arlene? Are you still here? Even if you're not here, I'm going to talk a little bit about this, the Justice card. Or they could date around, or they could have a lot of different people. It doesn't look, I don't know exactly. All right. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you about the Justice card. And this is how I do my readings here. All right. Okay. So you don't want to see the Four of Pentacles because that means that there's an obsession here. You become obsessed here with this person. All right. Or with the potential that you see in this person. When we hold on to love, we stagnate it. So we need tension. If there's no tension, something will get stuck in a pattern. You keep repeating the same pattern. So what's going on with you here? You had the Ten of Cups earlier. Are you here? You understand this? Okay, I want you to understand it. Even if somebody comes through here later on, I want you to understand a little something. But I really want you to pay attention to this card right here. This is the most important card here you will ever understand. Okay, because I think a lot of you guys use it for legal, but this is about the law of attraction and the law of cause and effect. All right. So when I explain this card, it might give you some kind of, a stretch. It might give you a little stretch. You might have a little resistance here. All right, because your ego is going to try to figure things out for you, and you're allowing it's what protects you. It's what warns you. What warns you. But I'm gonna go ahead into my my notes, into my material, and I'll be right back. All right. So now when I'm sitting here, when I'm reading, I'm pulling the cards out, but I have a lot of material. All right. So to help you to help understand this, and why this will be one of the most important cards. All right. It's true, man. Okay. You know that already, but you know that already. You know that you don't want to make, because your ego's protecting you. All right? Your soul knows things already, but the ego has to catch up. Okay? And when your ego is a part of you that helps you, it's like the sun. All right? It's where you put identity to. All right? All right. So, I'll be right back. I haven't even taken my sneakers off. I usually take my sneakers off. Still have your pictures in the frame. Hear your footsteps down. Wait, I'm making you a let me get it right one. No, wait, I'm still up to 12:40. I miss you. Suck on one of these. All right. We don't need tarot to tell us stuff, but it's good to see our patterns and where we at. Okay. Because eventually I'm gonna stop using these and I'm gonna go to my notes. All right. So this is how I walk around when I go to work. This is why I gave up driving to work versus catching a bus. All right. This is how I walk around every day for the last 3 years. I read, I study. Okay? My energies, of course, as you guys say, amazing, and I thank you for that, but you all have the same energy. All right, you have it. You just haven't practiced. When you put it to practice, it'll tell you things, and so you got to trust and believe in yourself, in your worth, and your abilities, and that's what this energy is saying to you. All right. So when you ask me about your person, and I'm exposing here for those that really want to be really, really good. If you want to really, really, really be good, a really good tarot reader, all right, you're gonna have to know how to do the hard work. That's it. You don't want to. I'm just gonna stay ratchet and low vibration or low quality, then that's okay. It doesn't bother me, and none. All right. Eventually, I'll pass this on. I grew this energy already, and so for me, I don't want to keep nobody stuck with it. I don't think so. All right. That's just me. So when we go into the Justice card, right, and I have all my I have all my stuff ready. By the way, I have everything ready. I have everything ready. Okay. So when you look at Venus, all right, and you guys could go do this. You guys could go to ChatGPT. All right. Thank you, ChatGPT. All right. To really know, and then I'm gonna talk about why when the cards they fall on the floor, why I will pick them up. Me. All right. So this listen, Venus, you see here, this is connected to who? Venus is often linked to the Justice card, all right, because both they deal with values, balance, and fairness in relationships. Okay, so Justice is associated with Libra. Of course, you guys know this in astrology. Libra is ruled by Venus, so the Justice card reflects Venusian desire for the harmony and equality. So balance, fairness, diplomacy, and partnerships. All right. So Venus represents values. Venus is not only about romance, but Venus is about what we value and how we treat each other. What we feel is fair and unfair to our hearts. So justice asks you to act accordingly to your values. All right. So Venus gives the heart values, and justice measures it. If we are living by those values, all right. If you're living by your values, so Venus governs relationships and what? Attraction. The law of attraction is there in Venus, and justice. And so the axis is the love mutual, okay? Is the exchange balance, and is there honesty? Is there honesty? Because you're being weighed by that honesty. All right? You might have values, but you don't know until you get there. Wow, I really did have values, but because I was on impulse, or I wanted to be cuffed, or however you understand your relationship with what you think you want versus what I want. All right? Without justice, Venus could be what? She could become pleasing to people, superficial, attraction and balance in giving and receiving. But justice keeps Venus ethical and grounded. Okay? So in simple terms, Venus loves values, and this justice with Venus, she's truth and fairness. Together they mean love must be balanced. Venus is not gonna let when you're in a connection with somebody, she's not too fond of that. So she's not gonna let you it's not gonna happen. You're gonna force it, and then you're gonna collapse, and then you're gonna come back home. You're gonna cause so much pain. You understand? So Venus, she's a karmic corrections kind of energy. All right? So this is telling you that right now something is being said for you to be patient, but she's also asking you to choose integrity over shortcuts. All right? So it's saying that clarity is coming, and a life path decision, you need to make that now. Anything that you make now with this energy is going to carry long-term consequences for you, Arlene, or for anybody that is watching. And why it's important, and this card is not an easy card, but if you go, oh, justice and fair, we're going blah, 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 blah. No, you got to really get down to this card really, really, really deep. All right? Because justice, things will go in your favor. Your career, your integrity at work is rewarded, remaining accountable and fair. All right? She's about balancing your finances and giving, taking, regulating financial disputes and addressing financial crimes. There's banks, there's institutions, and there's government. All right? This is a very important decision about your career. If you have been unsure, it is time to get solutions once and for all here. All right? This card comes as a reminder to keep things balanced and honest, firm and fair when it comes to your financial dealings. Ensure that you balance your needs with other and what you take is balanced with what you give. If you continue to keep this balance, you should be for reciprocity. You should be really good. So this is about duality. So just imagine she holds the justice, the balance of justice. Just imagine that you keep putting, right, all your energy, and you go all the way to the bottom, and then this person is really really high. So is that fair? Is that just? No. Just imagine that you're gonna carry so much weight if you make if you try to accelerate this, it's gonna be really really unfortunate for you. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to give you you want the truth here, and this is why it takes so long to really understand it. Okay, so this energy is like a gate. Okay, it's like a precise, unbreakable. I can't really pronounce that greatly, right? So justice is the law of cause and effect. Make conscious. Okay, but because you don't have no three, you got four. So she usually when you see a lot of threes, she kind of breaks those things up because when let's just say that you have the three of cups, you don't have the three of cups, you got two. All right. So she wants you to be fair and balanced. So if you got the three of pentacles, the three of wands, and the three of cups, justice doesn't add energy; it measures it. So she's measuring the energy, and justice, she does that to trios, by the way. And the trio says, "We are building, expanding, and enjoying this together." And justice says to you, "Is this actually fair, mutual, and sustainable? Is this actually fair, mutual, and sustainable?" And justice terms collaboration, agreements, and vicious accountability celebrations. And that earn trust, nothing imaginary survives this card. Nothing, and I mean nothing imaginary. Nothing, it will not let you proceed on. But I don't think you got imaginary anyway. Okay? So in love, because you asked me a love question, right? You got these energy here. It means that your feelings must match the actions. Joy must be aligned with integrity to the one that carries more than they share. Justice is not cold here. It is clean, and this is the standards. Replace, because like if you want to replace, right, your standards with hope, that's not even being realistic to what because you don't know what it could be unfolding, what it's going to be measured for you, because you got to know your worth, right? Okay, so justice is not cold, it's clean. Okay, this is where the standards replace hope. This is all about your standards replacing, and like I said, we all in the virtuous circle of life, and what the spanning thousands and thousands of years, it is the circle of hope. We are all in this hope, but you have to have faith, and you have to, when the universe steps in and say, well, you got free will choice, right? And I could see you stop over functioning or you under functioning, so I gotta come get things balanced. You gotta really understand. I'll be so scared of if I'm any card is this one, because I should be worried when I see this card, but people don't pay attention to it. I listen. Hope and believe that anybody that's really conscious, aware, or have a high level of consciousness, or have done their work, if they integrated both light, dark, shadow, you have the capacity to hold a lot of things here, but you choose not to, so it's your choice. You understand me? I guarantee you that if you let things unfold naturally, if you don't accelerate the process, you'll be living your best life ever. All those stories that you see on YouTube or that you see on magazines, you could live that life. All right? You could, but you don't want to wait. You don't want to be patient. You don't want to take a year, to things start coming to, and they will. Okay? So anyway, so clarity replaces testing and balance. I mean, I could go, this card is the longest card ever, but if you don't take your time to really say, you know what, let me see that if this is for me, If this is true, you know already that's a block there. And now you would have won already. You would have won already. You would have won. You would have been living your best life. You would have been traveling, vacationing. All right. But when something is not ready for you, there you could go. It's gonna be hard, but you're gonna come right back. So the quiet message behind the justice, it brings you right. You no longer need to test anything. The truth is already visible. So the cards are showing you this is what's already there. You're living it. Okay? So the call often means you're finally choosing the relationships that can stand up to the light when she shows up. All right? I don't think that you're aware of it, right? Are you? So she's emotional harmony with the Three of Cups, reciprocity, being seen, being welcome. When they meet the alchemy together, they stay, which the alchemy is the temperance. I don't see the alchemy. I don't see it here. Where is it? Where's the temperance? We got the one before the temperance, so you haven't met the alchemy. All right? So anyway, let me keep going with Venus with the Justice card because I have it each and every kind of way. All right. Let me go to the one that I always say. Even if you're choosing a partner or a husband or a wife, so ultimately choosing a husband is about finding a person who is not only a best friend but also someone who makes you feel supported, secure, encouraging you in all aspects of life. Choosing a husband or a wife. It is an intentional decision based on character, shared values, and mutual commitment, often described as aligning a personal free will with a spiritual guidance. Key indicators of that is including finding someone who prioritizes faith, demonstrates love through actions, and act as a supportive partner in all of life. Shh, be quiet, I'm live. So the key considerations for choosing a husband or a wife: character and values. Look for trustworthiness, patience, and share foundational values. Action oriented love. A future husband or wife should be reliable, hardworking, and willing to put your family's needs above his own. Equally yoked, like the Bible says. They pursue a relationship with God. Support system. A partner should be willing to fight for the relationship, offering stability, companionship, and emotional safety. A positive role model and a loving father, not just a romantic partner. Did you have that already, right, Arlene? You had that already, Arlene? When you get justice, it means that they are evaluating, because you asked me about your person, right? It means that they're evaluating. They could be, they might not be. All right? Maybe they're doing it here. They're evaluating that they are not acting on impulse, because this is why you don't see the Knight of Wands. They're not acting on impulse. All right? They are doing internally, reviewing the past, what happened, who did what, thinking about fairness, considering consequences, deciding what is right long term, trying to be objective instead of emotional. It's a control, not chaotic energy. They could be deciding whether this is balanced or one-sided, asking themselves if they treated you fairly, considering making something official or ending something officially. They thinking about what's morally correct, trying to remove emotion to make a smart decision. Justice energy can feel emotionally detached. It is head over the heart. It is important justice doesn't push. If you're wondering why they seem quiet or measured, it is because they don't want to act incorrectly. Justice wants the clean decision, the balanced decision, the one that won't create more karma. Does the energy feel distant but thoughtful, or does it look cold and calculating? These are two very different expressions of the justice, and it could take a year, 11 months, 24 months. Now, do they seem cold? Are they thoughtful? Are they emotional? Not emotional, but are they kind of warm? Or they are cold and calculating here? All right, where is it? All right? So you got your choice here when you look at this energy. All right? Angel guidance, hey. All right? So when you get this card, I'm going to talk about this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So justice energy asks you something. And the justice asks you something really strong. Are you seeking fairness or are you seeking validation? Because justice is calm. It does not rush. It does not scream. It simply just balances. All right? So, like I was saying before, spanning dozens of years for lifetimes, timelines, and all of our stories, they intersect and reflect hope, connection, and the virtual circle of life. With the sacred unseen, the breath of the divine, the incredible, powerful, wondrous, high vibration, and luminous intelligence, being of ground, which is here. This is you living in here. Is you. All right? You're part of that. And the purest form of love. So the energy of justice is not revenge. It is balance. It is truth with accountability. It is karma without cruelty. Justice holds the source of clarity and the scales of fairness. So prayers with the justice energy focus on the truth being revealed, fair outcomes, personal integrity, divine order over ego reaction. And the prayers for the truth to be revealed for you, divine judge of all hearts, if there's deception, expose it. If there's misunderstandings, clarify it. Let what's hidden come into the light. Let truth stand without distortion. Protect me from illusion and self-deception. Align the situation with fairness and integrity. Amen. I stand in the truth and I act with integrity. I trust divine balance to restore what is right. And those are the things that you want to look for when you get this energy. I don't want somebody telling you, I don't want to hear that. All right? That is going to leave you with more questions because I'll really be scared. I'll be like, okay, I promise you that things will be restored. I promise you that. I promise you in everything that I've experienced, you have to because there's nothing we can do. All right? We are bound by these laws. They are universal. They are unseen. We are part of the system. We are part of the galaxy. All right? We're in the womb of the earth. And we say, well, at least let me behave accordingly so I can get what's coming to me. Because I know if I put good out, I don't want to deal with no married man. There's somebody out there. You got to believe that. It is on you. I'm telling you. Things will take shape. But when you get, I would be scared the heck out of this car. Let's go. You don't see that car. Hey, go ahead and have a great time. Go have a great time. Have a great time. Now you got the hangman. You don't got to be alone. Choose wisely. You got the halo. You got the halo. Anyway, so when you get this card, right, what's being tested is your willingness to stay in body while not acting, allow others to self-select, and let the silence speak for itself. What happens with this advanced kind of energy territory, most people pull cards asking what to do. You're living the answer right here. You're living the answer. All right? So it is not what to do. What is my guidance? I want somebody to give me guidance. I want guidance. If I can get guidance, thank you, God, that you sent somebody that's actually helping me to open my eyes to the truth. We don't want to sit with it because it's on. I can't. The ego wants guarantee. It wants it so bad for us. And this is the way it helps us to protect us, all right? Because it's through that distortion. All right. All right? Exactly. You know that. But because you think that I'm running out of time, I'm not going to get nobody, you got to stop thinking like that. You please stop thinking like that. Please don't do that. Don't let no one relationship, all right? And I'm sorry that I know you lost your husband. Don't let a person and experience that you had define you where you're supposed to go. Your life could be so beautiful. I'm not selling you no hope and no stories. I'm just telling you that you're connected to this incredible, that you're part of this God that's so gracious and so merciful and so loving that it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. You will live an incredible life. Listen, yeah, I don't really play the lottery. I didn't win a lot of money, but yesterday I said, you know what? Let me take my little chance. I said thank you. You extend that. You give and you get back. This is how the law of cause and effect happens. The law of attraction. You got to emit a signal that you are worthy. Remember, Venus, she is all about. Venus will collapse if you go on worth. I'm sorry. She's gonna collapse. She's not gonna give you because you're supposed to expand here. She's gonna collapse. Please help me. No, you don't know your worth. No. I want some people here to say, listen, I know my worth. All right? I'm going to keep going because If you think that I'm done with this card, I will stay here 2 hours just talking about this card. Because I want you to get it in when you see this justice card. I really want you to really understand it. All right? We could go on and look, I'm almost done. All right? So when I sit here, this is why I take my time with people. Because guess what? I don't know it all. We don't live in keywords. We have to go dig for information. I cannot go into one little... Wait, where is it at? Where is it? Where is it? I cannot go in here and tell you that your life is going to be beautiful. That's going to... I can't... We don't live here. I cannot do this. What is this? I can't do this. I cannot do that. I can't do that. I cannot go in there. Oh, yeah, wait, no. You can't. All right? And you got to understand why. All right? Because we have hope, and hope is the inner sense that something good is still possible. Even when the present moment is difficult, it is a quiet belief that the future can open, it can heal, and it can improve. But we need faith behind that, right? Right? We need faith. So the key parts of hope: expectation. We all have expectations, but we don't put our expectations on people. We can't. We got to go to the divine. We got to go to the heart of God. We got to go to the breath of God. Hey, I'm your breath. You know, I need help. We got to declare things. We got to commune. We got to pray. We got to set things off. All right? Okay? You got to really understand this. And you guys are really holding yourself back. You're suffocating. You're suffocating the heck out of this. I guarantee you that everybody gets their justice. There's no way. There's not a child of God here that doesn't get their justice. All right? So the key parts of hope is expectations, believing things can change, trusting and feeling that life still holds possibility. You get perseverance. I don't see perseverance. Well, you can't jump to the 10 right away. You can't jump. We all want the 10 right away. We don't do the work. We don't want the ending of the ego, but we want this. Yeah, we want this. Is not a long coming. All right? And that's in that. Listen, this is something else. This is something else. Like woo. This is something else. So we're gonna leave that there. All right. The worst. No, let me be quiet. I don't want to talk about that. All right. We get limited identity when we get to that card. All right. But anyway, listen. I really want to talk about it, but I'm not. But I really do. All right. So perseverance, continue to forward despite of uncertainty. So hope doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect. It means not closing the door on what could still unfold. All right? So simple examples on this card, on hope, because it goes together. All right? A person looking for a job and believing it will come. That's one sign of hope. Someone in a difficult relationship believing healing is possible. Or a sick person believing their body can overcome illnesses. All right, so the spiritual view of hope is often described as a light inside the heart that keeps a person moving forward. In the Christian tradition, hope is closely tied to faith and love, and is taught by Jesus. As trust in the divine goodness, even in the hardship or in hard times, hope is the courage to believe that tomorrow still holds possibility. It isn't that way to say it. Hope is courage. I got it over there. That's why I got hope, faith, strength, and courage. That tomorrow, but we're not going to do tomorrow. We're not going to try to figure out tomorrow today. We're going to live today, right? And we're going to make the best what we got. Because tomorrow still holds, so much possibility. So justice doesn't allow one-sided love. When you get that 7 of Wands, only is on equal footing. That's when you get the 8 of Wands. Then you know it's equal footing. He got one sock and one shoe. All right? Again, justice doesn't allow one-sided love. The atmosphere around the situation here, because you got the balance, right? And you got the justice. This was the last card before I pull everything else out. Truth, balance, and consequences. Whether it's your person's environment. The environment means that the connection is sitting inside a field of accountability. All right? Fairness, karma, and decisions based on facts, not feelings. Cause and effect. So the environment means outside influences, how others are reacting, the energy surrounding the situation, and external forces shaping the outcome. So justice in your environment, because I'm giving it to you always, in all different ways, past, present, future. Doesn't really matter where she sits. All right, she's all about the balance. She's all about cause and effect. She's all about correcting karma. All right. So in the context, all right, in the situation, it's all about, because this is not, it's not a random. This is not random. This is being weighed. So in the context of love, someone is evaluating the relationship logically. A decision is being carefully considered. Truth is coming out. There may be a legal theme, divorce, contracts, official commitments. Someone is asking, is this fair? Is it equal? It removes fantasy. The environment position shows it brings clarity. But you might not want to see it. No, I don't think. I want to see. Do I got? Is it there? Is this happening? So I'm gonna go with another. I'm gonna go with another prayer. I'm gonna go with another prayer for the Venus justice energy here, because she shows up later on and she said, "What are you doing?" Pray for truth in a relationship. God of justice, if there's any deception, reveal it. If there's a fear blocking commitment, uncover it. I don't want fantasy. I want what is honest and sustainable. Let truth protect me and let fairness anchor us. Okay? Prayer to release unbalanced love. You might not want this one because this one, oh, you might not want it. You might not want, but you have to remove this unbalanced love. Divine balance, if this connection is not equal, if it drains more than it nourishes, gently remove it from my life. Close doors that are built on illusion. Teach me to choose love that chooses me back. I surrender to what is right for my soul. Justice and love doesn't beg, it doesn't chase, it doesn't manipulate outcomes. It says, if this is a line, it will stand in the light. Okay? Whether you pray for fairness, okay, in a connection, whether you want clarity, whether you want the truth, all right? Would it meet you? Would it stand the truth? All right? Would this person take accountability? I'm going to continue with the justice, all right? Oh, I think I did that already. All right, let me see. I got one more. All right? Oh, no, I did. Yeah, I did them. I got a little bit more. I ain't even done yet. All right? She does so much more here. All right, now I can take another question. I want to take another question. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hey, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing, sweetie? How you doing? You look great too. Thank you. Let me see. Man, love is not easy. Love is not easy. Love is not easy. It's not. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about I want to talk about tension. I think once you understand tension, all right, let me see. And who could really understand tension? All right. I talk about the Wheel of Fortune. You know, people will have you thinking, oh, it's good. Don't worry about it. Mess with a married man. Go ahead. It's good. It's not good. It's not a good thing. It's nothing good comes from it. All right? Nothing good comes from it. Nothing at all. All right? 104 minutes ago. Okay? Nothing good comes from it. I guarantee you that. Nothing. We think, yeah. The ego's, yeah, go. Do it. Yeah. These are for the ones that want a healthier relationship. If you're still learning, if you're still 18 to 40, you probably haven't get it, or even if you're 50, 60, you haven't really get it yet. You're still on the archetype, that young energy, that mind hasn't really evolved. It hasn't really grown. You haven't really given yourself a chance. All right, I'm going to take another quick break. I'm going to talk about tension. and what it means. This is how I'm going to show up here. For those that have ears, let them hear. I want to share a little bit of Jesus as well. All right, understanding what he really means in his teachings. But I want to explain a little bit about the tarot cards. All right, I want to explain about that. I want to explain the archetypes, the polarity, because they are basically a map dressed in symbols. Okay, so when you're reading cards, you're already reading planetary archetypes in motion. All right, even if you're not naming them that way, that's basically what you're reading is archetypes in motion. All right, you're not reading them that way, but that's what you're looking at. Archetypes. I'm gonna say it again. Where you do tarot is basically an archetype map dressed in symbols. All right, just like the Bible, it's disguised in symbols, but we have to encode it. So when people come here with all that nonsense, the devil, the demons, Satan, they don't even know. They're just so freaking confused. So I'm here to set it off, and I'm gonna do it the Jesus way, the Jesus way. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. Thank you for all the wonderful comments. Thank you for all the beautiful comments, ladies. I appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna keep going, right, guys? Let me see. I think I gotta. Oh, okay. You said, there she is. Thank you. All right, let me get out of this. All right, so we're gonna go to tension so you can understand. When you get the strength card, that is gentle control, not force. The lovers, when you get the lovers, it's a choice between your instincts, right? And your values, the temperance, opposing elements that help without collapse. Without tension, guys, polarity collapses into one side dominating, and with tension, and I'm going to explain what tension is, all right? I got it all. I got it all here. So when you look at tarot, what you're looking at, all right? And then I'm going to explain you in the universe. If you're ready for that truth, if you're not ready for it, then you click, 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 click. If you're not ready, for those that are already mature, spiritually mature, already meaning that you understand your connection to the divine, to this powerful, incredible, beautiful, the fabric of the universe. They called it tension. All right, so it's created to polarity. All right. So anyway, I am going to explain it, and I'm going to explain this every day. I think when I can hear every day, every day, every day. So when you come in here, you know what you're looking at and what tension you're basically. Because you're see when you're tension when you have unresolved tension, You're trying to complete it. The tension is going to try to complete itself at a higher level of consciousness. So guess what? You're always going to be in tension. This is what you like to watch. All right? So let me go ahead and continue on. Without tension, polarity collapses into one side dominating, but with tension, a third capacity, ta-da! It is going to form. A third capacity form, meaning that you could express yourself from a third person, the tree, right? Well, let's say that you're the tree, but you're not a tree anymore, right? That's ancestors, isn't it? This is us. All right, this is ancient energy. But anyway, so this is that bridge. Tension is the energy of desire, whether it's erotically, emotionally, or spiritually. Tension is what keeps water alive. Energy, but too much closeness. If you stay too close, like the four penny, well, let me see what card I want to discuss here. If you stay too close, you're gonna stagnate, and if you stay too distant, you're gonna rupture it. Tension is the charged space between the inhale, when we inhale, and right before the touch. It's the pause before the truth, and it's the silence before the compassion. Oh, when somebody breathes really deep. Oh, I'm about to tell you something. You feel it? You feel it coming, but they ain't really gonna say it. You know that bullshit they're gonna tell you. You already know what they're gonna tell you. You already know they're either gonna lie, man. Why you gotta lie? So we have to deal with that. But yeah, we're still gonna have to deal with tension, all right? Because we all got unresolved tension trying to complete itself at a high level of consciousness, all right? So the more you expand, the more you read, the more you're aware, the more you learn, all right? The more you just get a higher level of consciousness. You get to that next dimension, all right? So, and I'm gonna explain what dimensions are. Everything that I'm talking about here, I will explain. So that's the stretch. So tension is how fate turns into choice, and fate presents the pattern. Tension asks you, will you repeat it or you transcend it? The ever loop. So when you get the strength card, you got that little 8. That's the ever loop. That's unresolved tension trying to complete itself at a higher level of consciousness. All right, so you don't want to stay in a low emotional level or unconscious, by the way, right? Because I think that you know. I think you know, all right? So trust your sacred pressure, all right, and trust in your own gravity. So tension. So if you remove tension, you remove meaning. No tension, no initiation, no growth, no archetypal, no movement, and no story, no arc. So you don't get this arc if you remove tension. This is why tarot spreads, they always show conflict before the resolution. And this is why you don't skip what? The 3 of Swords to get to the 10 of Cups. So the real question is, why does tension exist? Well, that's not the question. If can you stay present inside of it without collapsing or escaping it or forcing resolution? That's mastery, that's integration, and that's sovereignty. All right. So here I basically, when I look at it, so you're under this kind of tension. What kind of tension you're holding? When you tend to discharge it too fast, or which archetype you're being trained for right now. One more. Here we go. One more. Oh, the High Priestess. Wow. Oh, let's see. The Chariot. All right. The Queen of Swords and the King. Wow. All right. Sovereignty. All right. Wow. A lot of swords here. You're being trained. A lot of you guys are being trained for the Chariot. All right. So no more extreme black and white thinking here. All right. It's like, what was his name? One of the, oh man, what was his name? I think it was Avanti. He was one of the nurses, like nursing, to become a nurse, a caretaker, but on wheels. All right. So the king and the queen, too much here. All right. Too much. A lot of you guys living a lot in the mental realm. All right. Look at this. All right. Look at that. Okay. So anyway, so then we go into contrast. Freedom versus control here. So this is 3. All right, let me go to 2. Hold on. Where did I put it at? Give me 1 second. I'm going to go into tension. And then I'm going to go into polarity. And then when you see you got the King of Swords, because one, okay, one feels, all right, and then one frames and one senses undercurrents here. All right, you can't have these two people that are always in their man logic. All right, it's gonna dismiss the feeling here. Okay, logic is gonna dismiss the feeling. So when we talk about polarity, it's a tension that creates attraction, growth, and movement between two people, not dominance, not hierarchy here. All right, so really understanding this energy when you get it. All right, so where we was at, okay, let me see. Who still want to learn? Who still want to watch? All right. So number one, contrast. Contrast. So contrast. Confusion is often contrast trying to teach you something. In love, contrast isn't punishment. It is information, and it shows you your standards, not your expectations, because you got standards now. All right, you got standards, and you go from having the hope to just keeping your standards. All right, I hope this person changes, so I don't have to be the bad guy. All right, or the one that's just going in my mind, and logic over heart. You have to have heart and mind coherence here. All right, and understanding the black and the white, right, the negative and the positive. They need, the yin. Like, you understand this. Like, these are not enemies. Okay, this is all part of you. All right. So anyway, so it's information, and it shows you your standard. It shows you your fears, and it shows you what you truly desire. When you get contrast and love, it's trying to teach you something. So clear intentions, define the direction, mixed signals, emotional fog, and then you say, where do I stand? Contrast is when two things are placed side by side to highlight their differences. It helps create drama, emotion, or meaning. All right? So you got light versus dark, like a bright candle in a pitch black room, or a white dress against a dark night sky. Or emotion, laughing versus, because one day you could be laughing and having a great time, and then the next day you could be feeling, discouraged. You could be laughing, feeling hopeful one day, the next day, or if you laugh at a wedding versus crying at a funeral. Or healthy love, unhealthy attachments. Healthy love feels calm, steady, and reciprocal. Unhealthy attachments feels intense, anxious, and obsessive. Okay, we don't want that, but it's showing you something anyway. So contrast, passion versus stability. So contrast, when it comes to passion, it's fireworks, it's chemistry, but it's unpredictable. Stability is safety, reliability, and emotional consistency. Some relationships start like lightning, but they lack grounding. Others grow slowly, but they last longer. Vulnerability versus guardedness. Open heart, honest communication. Walls up, testing and withholding emotions. Think of the openness of the Two of Cups energy. Okay, it's down here. It's down here. Okay? Versus the protectiveness of the Four of Pentacles energy. Fantasy versus reality, love and potential, imagining who they could be, accepting who they are right now. This contrast often shows up when hope conflicts with facts. All right? So contrast teaches you that something, all right, that's something because the human mind understands meaning through differences. You don't really understand warm unless you felt cold, like peace to chaos. In love, you don't fully recognize alignment until you've experienced a misalignment. Here's why contrast is such a powerful teacher. This is why this comes out as a teacher. Because it clarifies your values. So when something hurts, disappoints, or feels off, it shows you what matters to you. If someone is inconsistent, you learn your value stability. You learn to value, man, I want to be stable. I can't be with somebody inconsistent. You already know, but you still deal with it. Why? And if someone withholds affection, you learn that you need emotional expression. Contrast reveal your standards. In a deeper sense, contrast teaches because growth requires comparison. The soul evolves by experiencing polarity, light, dark, closeness, distance, and certainty with uncertainty, right? When someone's words don't match their actions, that's tension and contrast teaching you to use your discernment. So you got certainty and doubt. So it builds emotional intelligence. You start recognizing patterns. What feels secure triggers anxiety. It expands you, contracts you. It expands and it contracts you. Contrast sharpens your inner compass. Without contrast, everything blends together. Differences creates attention. Think of it like darkness. That's when you see clearly. Emotional confusion next to clarity makes clarity feel obvious. It expresses attachment versus truth. Sometimes we stay because, again, hope. Okay? Hope that we can, right? Change or something. Man, alcohol, something forces to change the reality. All right? I hope, yeah, that this fantasy that we talk ourselves into this fantasy and it is not being real with yourself. All right? So basically, when we start, we say, man, I hope contrast forces reality to stand next to fantasy. It strains a choice when you felt both healthy and unhealthy dynamics. Your future choices become more conscious. You don't fall into love, you choose differently. Okay? If there's no contract, there will be no awake. You won't have the judgment card. You won't be awakened. All right? So in love, someone needs some time alone, needing distance at the same time. Yeah. Okay? Some examples here. Okay? They don't have to negate each other. Can you be confident like me and still need to learn? Yeah. Yeah, a lot, yeah. Can you be healed and still be tender? Yeah. Can you forgive and still remember? Yeah, we do it over there all day. Can you be strong yourself? Yeah. So those are paradoxes. Simultaneously, two truths can not be resolved, right? At the same level of thinking that created them. Both are true, but neither cancels the other out. Resolution doesn't come from deciding, it comes from expanding your frame. What's the frame at? Ain't no frame there yet. All right. So I did the tension. Let's continue with oh, I think I did this already. All right. A minute ago. So that's tension. Why it's needed. Duality, polarities explains it. We're gonna go to tarot cards and what are they, and then I could take if you have a question. All right, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the map that you see here and examples of it. So when you watch, you know what is being activated. And then I'm gonna go white tarot cards when they fall on the floor. Don't dismiss them. They want to be included. All right. I'm gonna go into some psychological truths, and every day I will come in with this energy to help you awaken to, because you need to wake up at least a little bit. You gotta let something in. You gotta learn something different. All right. And I got tons. All right. Tons. I haven't even finished with Venus. Did I finish with Venus? All right. I got so much more Venus. All right. So we're gonna go into tarot, basically an archetype map, just in symbols. So when you're reading cards, you're already reading planetary archetypes in motion, even if you're not naming them that way. The deeper truth, archetypes aren't outside of you. Okay. So they mirror the states of consciousness you are ready to embody, integrate, or outgrow them. All right. If you're always the healer, attracting wounded partners, always the warrior, fighting intimacy, always the magician, imagining love but not embodying it. Okay, growth happens when you consciously shift archetypes, not unconsciously repeat them. All right. So if you want here, I can tell you which archetype you default to in love and map your current archetype to specific tarot cards. All right. Show you what archetype wants to come online next. I know, this is a lot, right? It's a lot. So, planets form archetypes. Planets function absolutely as archetypes. Think of planets as form of archetypes. So anyway, they live in principles of consciousness. Each one represents a core pattern of motivation, behavior, and pattern and perception that shows up across myth, psychology, tarot, and lived experience. Here's how it works and what a planetary archetype actually is. A planetary archetype isn't a personality type. It's a role. It's a role or a function the psyche can occupy, just like tarot archetypes that are here. All right, planetary ones are timeless, repeated across cultures, activated in cycles, expressed differently depending on the maturity and awareness. You don't have one archetype, you move through them. Okay? And so they are basically archetypes in human terms here. So you get the sun. Today I want to be the hero, the sovereign identity, vitality, purpose. I'm embodying this confidence. I'm embodying this leadership. All right? But when the ego gets distorted, you get performance and you need validation. So to please understand this energy, I will come with it every day. All right? So there's going to be 2 different lives coming up. All right? You don't have an archetype. You just move through them. All right? And why they matter. Because people don't fall in love with people first. They fall in love with the archetypes being activated. That's why love can feel mystic. Pain feels faded. Patterns repeat with different faces. When you get the Wheel of Fortune, you get different faces. You're going to repeat them with different people. There you go. There you go. You're going to repeat them with different faces. They're going to show up until you get tired. Eventually you get tired. Be like, wait. What do I do? So by the time you get here, you already know, wait a minute, I'm repeating this again. All right? And eventually you get out, no, this is not for me. An archetype is a core pattern of being in a universal role of energy human beings keep stepping into across time, culture, stories. It is not your personality, it's not your mood. It is a lens that you're operating through in a moment. Think of it like this. An archetype is a role of consciousness you put on to experience life itself. All right? It is actually a blueprint, not a behavior, a state of consciousness, not an identity, a role with gravity. It pulls you through your thoughts, emotions, and actions into familiar shapes. I know it's hard. I'm like, wow. So I read that already. Desire, vulnerability, intention. Okay, so classic examples. You recognize this instantly. The lover, connection, desire, union, and vulnerability. The magician, intention, manifestation, and focus, creation. The warrior, boundaries, protection, courage, and action. The healer, integration, compassion, transmutation. The ruler, sovereignty, authority, responsibility. The seeker, curiosity, longing, memory. The shadow, which is the one that nobody want to see, the devil. Where's the devil at? The shadow. Let's get the shadow out here. Where's the shadow? Where's the shadow? Come on, shadow. Shadow don't want to come out. Shadow says it's not dark yet. It ain't here. Wait. So the shadow, repression, fear, power, deny, or distorted. You might be embodying the lover while the other person is stuck in the seeker, or the warrior. That's a mishmash. That creates friction, longing, or heartbreak. Archetypes are powerful but limiting. But living in one too long becomes a custom. That's how people get stuck. When tarot cards fall on the floor, and I'm done. After this, what time is it? Oh my God, I almost gotta go. When tarot cards fall on the floor, for those of you that don't really, because I don't want to do a video for you and see what archetype or what's going to be activated next. So you can get the hell off that road. Get off that road. You've been on that so long. Stop it. We are playing a role here, my friends. Okay? We are here being putting our best performance. All right? So when tarot cards fall on the floor, nothing bad is happening, but some things are being revealed. This meaning it depends on how you relate to it. It is not superstitious. Here's the grounded esoteric truth. What is happening energetically, tarot cards, when attention shifts, energy spike or disperse, the body moves faster than the mind. All right? That's not chaos. That's movement between realms. You're transitioning from intention to action, thought, and to embodiment. So the floor is earth. So symbolically, these cards are traveling to the ground because earth is calling on it. I want to be included. The esoteric interpretation when cards fall on the floor often means the message wants to be embodied, not just interpreted, especially if you read intuitively. Falling cards indicate truth that doesn't want to stay theoretical, a message bypassing control. Reality is interrupting the narrative because the reader wants to change the narrative because it wants control, or doesn't really know. It just want to keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over, the same shit over and over. Three of Swords, you gotta let something go. It is time for you to expand your awareness, child. Know what the real meaning of the Three of Swords, because that is knowing the truth. Because you have to expand, you have to grow, you have to understand. I think you understand. You don't want to get up. No, it feels so good here. How to read falling cards on the floor, and this matters. If one card falls, it usually emphasizes that the card is louder than the spread. It asks you, is this insistent? I notice it. If multiple cards fall, this often signals too much information at once, over analysis. I need to simplify some things. So now when you come here to ask me a question, I just can't, I have to simplify it for you. This is one of the rules that I've learned. You got to simplify it. And it takes a long, long time. All right? So the message is stop pulling, and you already know what the answer is. Oh wow, again, and I can't really explain this to the person because there's not enough time, especially if you're recording a video. So if they fall repeatedly, that is usually a nervous system activation. That is not fate. That it can mean emotional change, attachment to the outcome, trying to control the reading. Okay, so if you ground, you help more than reshuffling. But what it's not bad luck. There's no evil spirits unless you call on them and you don't know what the hell a spirit is, because spirit's been so broadly used, and it has lost its meaning because there's other spirits that get attached to your energy. Interfering, not a warning, a harm. Tarot doesn't punish you. And the psychological truth here, when it comes to tarot cards falling on the floor, something matters because the body responds to falling cards, and the body saying this is real. Take this real slow, okay? The clean way to work with is when the cards fall on the floor, pause, pick them up, calmly notice what you're thinking. Of course, the person or you're reading, if you're reading cards, right before they fell, resume only if you feel settled. Not dramatizing it, not discarding them. A quiet reframe is important, all right? You're moving from the astral interpretation and the embodiment discernment. The floor is where the pentacle lives. So when cards fall to you, it is often earth asking to be included. The simple truth is nothing mystical went wrong. Nothing needs fixing. Nothing is asking to be taken too seriously in life. Not just something is asking to be taken seriously in life, not just understood. And that's actually a sign of maturity, not disruption. For those of you that want to learn, you will learn. If you don't, hey, it takes time, and that requires patience. But I'll be damned if I'm going to go ahead and give you a reading. And it'll take like 3 hours just to do a reading, to be honest. It'll take at least, I cannot upload a 3-hour video. So I gotta just come on live, read, and let you know. Once you understand archetypes, once you understand the role that's being activated, where you're at with your person, and how can you just change your life, right? How do you know the law of the law of attraction, and how to live the energy that you want, how to live the life that you really want here, because it's up to you. If you want to stay stuck in these archetypes, in these roles, then that's up to you. All right. Well, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for joining me in another live. I'll be back tomorrow to the regular setting. Maybe once a week I'll do it like this. Maybe every Thursday I'll come in and do something different. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. I think I didn't even hit this. Did I hit this? No. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Love you guys. Bye-bye.